19 genuinely worthwhile life hacks that have actually made a major difference in the lives of people who tried them. A good life hack is worth its weight in gold when it ends up making even the smallest difference in your daily routine or your overall happiness. Recently, I wrote a post sharing people's genuinely effective habits and life hacks that became a part of their everyday lives. And in response, members of the BuzzFeed community had some really helpful tips to add to the conversation. These are just some of the most worthwhile ones. 1. I have a wake-up alarm and then a get-up alarm an hour later. After 14 years of slogging through mornings, because I just couldn't be the up with one alarm person, I decided that I didn't have to get up. I just had to stay awake. In bed, I watch an episode or two of a sitcom and work on a crossword puzzle, so I wake up gently and slowly, instead of just snoozing into oblivion. 2. If you work from home and have some downtime, find one thing to clean or put away on your break that you won't have to deal with after work. I always feel like I'm not being active enough when I work. So getting up and cleaning up something during my breaks is nice, because not only am I getting physical activity, but I'm also doing stuff that I don't have to do when I log off and want to actually relax. 3. I only do online grocery shopping. It keeps me from going over budget because I can see the total in my cart as I do my shopping. Plus, it also keeps me from buying unnecessary things since I'm not walking through the aisles or picking up random things as I make my way to the register. 4. We have for people in the house. I created a system of popsicle sticks, 8 of them, with a different daily chore written on each one. Each person always picks 2 after dinner and completes their chores. Nobody is stuck with the same chore every night, and the house stays tidy until someone has time for a deep clean. 5. The best hack I've ever implemented in my life was to put a key hook just inside the front door and always hang my keys on it. I haven't lost my keys in more than a decade. 6. If you constantly need to have certain things on hand at home, make a house handbag to put it all in. After having eye surgery in 2021, they gave me a pouch to put all my eye drops in, and since then, I've needed to use them every hour. I always have my house handbag with me with those drops, and I also put my meds, earbuds, dental floss, phone charger, chapstick, and a pen in it. 7. My favorite study hack is to put gummy bears or whatever smallish piece of candy you love on the end of every page you have to read. That way, you get a nice little reward for getting through the material. It wastes way less time than if I read this many pages. I can watch a 45-minute TV episode. Tactic of rewarding yourself. 8. My biggest rule is, if it takes less than 1 minute, do it now. Like, putting clothes in the hamper takes just as much time it does to toss them on the floor. Putting my dishes in the dishwasher as soon as I'm done with them takes about 10 seconds longer than just leaving them in the sink. 9. If you can afford to fix a problem, buy the solution. My husband constantly leaves his used K-cups next to the coffee maker when he's half asleep making coffee in the morning. So, I bought a tiny trash can with a lid to put next to the coffee maker. The solution is right there. 10. I have a roll of dry erase contact paper that I use on the refrigerator to write down things I need to do, reminders, and groceries that I don't want to forget to buy. It's such an improvement over a magnetic whiteboard because it doesn't go flying across the kitchen when someone shuts the refrigerator too hard. When it gets stained and gross looking after it's used too much, I just replace it. 11. For an added push to complete mundane, tedious, or potentially long tasks, just set a timer. Do it only for a manageable amount of time, 15 to 30 minutes tops. Do as much as you can during that time, then stop. 12. Whenever you can, pair it to good habits together. What I mean by that is, every morning I wait at the bus stop with my kid, and after they leave, I immediately go for a walk to get some steps in. I'm already dressed and outside, so it makes it super easy. I also take my medication immediately after I take my contacts out for the night. Then, I won't forget whether I took the pills or not. 13. When I bake or cook anything, I pull all the ingredients ahead of time, but I put them away as soon as I use them. Not only is the area so much cleaner when it's finally time to tidy up, but I also never worry about accidentally using the same ingredient twice. 14. Get in the habit of never leaving a room without taking something with you. Whether it's an old coffee cup, a water glass, a newspaper, or a magazine. It's kind of like a more intentional version of clean as you go. 15. To combat last socks, I have a separate mesh bag that I put my socks in as soon as I take them off. Since all I have to do is toss the mesh bag into the wash without opening it, I never worry that I'll end up with missing socks. 16. I honestly thought it was BS when people would say it. But putting your alarm on the other side of the room really does help me get out of bed for good in the morning. 17. I consistently pack up all my things, lay out my clothes, and get everything prepared for the next day the night before. I started it as a kid in high school, and I'm retired now. I still lay everything out for the next day for my peace of mind. 18. Now that most non-grocery stores have curbside pickup options, I use that all the time instead of actually going in. It's really the only way that I can stick to my list. I specifically do this all the time at Target. It's the one store where I always spend way more money than I intend to unless I pick my order up. 19. If you are burnt out trying to keep your kids occupied, just let your kids be bored. For years, psychologists have been begging parents to realize the importance of play in their cognitive development. Stop keeping them busy, and they'll find ways to entertain themselves without you. What's a habit or life hack that's made a difference in your own life and happiness? Tell us about it in the comments below and hit that like and subscribe button.